It is SNL. And what's that? A new championship? Has hell frozen over here at the Sunday Night League? Well, yes, it has. It is SNL Endurance Championship, season number 1, a full season of a mixed class of racing. We have Group 1 cars and Group 3 cars in this 5-round championship. And we start here at Le Mans, the Circuit de la Sarre. Of course, for an endurance race. We've got round 1 here, 15 laps around this famous circuit. Next week, to coincide with the Spa 24 hours, it is Spa 24. Then, in 2 weeks' time, it is Deep Forest. Then, the 4th round is at Dragon Trail Gardens. And the final round, of course, is at Daytona for the 24 there. This championship is an endurance championship. The tyres and the fueling is quite extreme. These races should go about an hour. But during that hour, a 24-hour cycle will happen. We will see dark racing during this championship. So we have got, in this championship, 9 Group 1 cars and 7 Group 3 cars. So let's go through the grid. Let's introduce you to this season's players. And we've got a few returning guests as well as a brand new driver as well. So, on pole, setting his fastest time in the Porsche. Now, you'll notice all these Group 1 cars are the Peugeot 908. And they're set up for different manufacturers. So we've got the Porsche of Bunnies. He is on pole position. He's in the Hertz Gold livery from Cota last season from the Team Jota team. In second place in the Audi is Ajax. He is in a 2012 livery, I believe that is, for the Audi. So he is second. Third place in the Peugeot, this season's Peugeot livery, is Ragimus Prime in third. So good qualifying session, so he gets into the top 3 for qualifying. Qualifying was incredibly tight. Not much in it between drivers. Here is our brand new drivers. So this is Branners in the Ford. It's his first season in SNL. Welcome to SNL, Branners. In fifth place on the grid is the BMW of SNL Jam. So he is in 5th. In 6th place is the McLaren of Alpha Capri, a star in Formula X. It's his first full season, though, in SNL. He's in the number 9 McLaren, based on the Triple Crown livery from a few seasons ago. The Mazda of Gazman, his first foray into a different manufacturer after his long stint with Ferrari. He goes to Mazda in this endurance championship. He starts in 7th place. In 8th place in the Cadillac, it is Rob on drums. He's in the Caddy, starting 8th. Now, I did say there were 9 drivers in the top field, but in 9th place is actually a Group 3 car. So in the Porsche, we have Ben in the Manfei Porsche. Second place on the grid in Group 3 is Jokas, returning to SNL for the first time in a long time. The Polish driver is back. Then, in 11th on the grid, third in class is Bailey in the BMW. Bailey coming off a very strong Formula X season. He'll be looking to fight for this championship. In 4th place is Lynchmus Prime, also in a BMW. So, BMW 3rd and 4th in class. And in 5th place is the Audi of another returnee. It is Pat in this Audi inspired by the V46 crew. And at the back of the grid, because he had a qualifying ban, is Mr. Smith in the Toyota in the Group 1 machinery. Now we have no Speed Hunter, who's returning once more as well in SNL, and we have no Pool Shark. Pool Shark feeling unwell And that is our grid. 14 cars then here at the Circuit de la Sarthe. A beautiful shot of the circuit. So, 15 laps for these Group 1 cars. The Group 3 cars are obviously going to be slower. They've got a difficult job of running this race. During the race, the drivers have to run soft, medium and hards at some point during the race. Tyres, but if it rains, they do not have to run them on the wet track. So, without further ado, let's get this first endurance race of the season underway. We've got Bunnies on pole from Ajax, Ragemus and Branners, with Jam in 5th. As they get the countdown, the race will start as off we go. The rolling start then, less dramatic than other starts that we have in SNL. It should be anyway. Gasman not hitting a great start, but dropped from the back of Alpha Capri. Soft tyres for him. Rob on drums on the hards. And then we see Ben as they all go through. Let's watch the Group 3s going through Dunlop for the first time. You can see in the background we've got Mr. Smith already trying to cut his way through the field. So Mr. Smith is in 11th, trying to get himself up. You can see he's having to hold back though as we go to the front of the field. And Bunnies and Ajax is under attack from Ragemus. Ragemus in the Peugeot, going down the Mulsanne for the first time. No bump drafting you'll see in this championship. It has been outlawed for this season to see what the racing looks like. And Ragemus takes second place. Soft tyres working nicely. Mediums for Ajax and hards for Branners. Alpha Capri is on the mediums. Jam has got the attentions of a soft running Gasman. So on board with, I don't think we'll be able to do many on boards with these Peugeots. Gasman actually unable to make the move, in fact, on Jam. So that is the situation here in Group 1. Mr. Smith has got past all the other Group 3s, so he's now on the tail, hopefully, of Rob on drums. Can we see him just as he goes into the second Mulsanne? So Ben is leading from Yocas, Bailey following, with Pat in 4th in class, and Lynchmus just a little bit further behind. He's on the hards, but there we go at the front of the field. Bunnies leading in the Porsche ahead of the Peugeot of Ragemus Prime. A little wobble for Bunnies into the Mulsanne corner. Very tight corner around here. So let's have a look at the tyre situation. So medium tyres are for Bunnies, and it's softs for Ragemus. Ajax on the mediums too. So they go towards Indianapolis. Branners has got the attention of Alpha Capri and Gasman. These three very close. Branners on the hard tyres. So they go into Indianapolis for the first time. Gasman having a look up the inside. In fact, makes the move on Alpha Capri. So Gasman in the Master. Nicely done into Indianapolis. The soft tyres really working for him as Branners runs wide in Arnage. That means Gasman will get a nice run, possibly going into the Porsche curves for the first time. The Ford versus the Mazda, but Ford winning out. So Ford, Mazda, McLaren, BMW, this group of cars, as Gasman really looking very aggressive through the Porsche curves. But he's under attack as well from Alpha Capri. Alpha Capri on the medium tyres. Oh, going into karting. It's a very twisty, tight section. Gasman is all over the back of this Ford. The soft tyres really working. As there's a yellow flag, Ragemus has spun it. Ragemus has spun it. He was second. Pushing hard in the Peugeot. He clips the curb on the entry to Ford, and he's hit the wall. The Peugeot spinning round and losing positions. He's just ahead of Alpha Capri though. Alpha Capri on the mediums, Jam on the hards. Let's go to Rob on drums, who's on hards as well. He's recovering from damage as they complete the first lap. Soft for Mr. Smith, and Bailey's ahead. So Bailey is in front in the Group 3 category. So the BMW leading from the Porsche. The hard tyre of Ben, the softs of Bailey. Say Bailey had a great season in Formula X. He's got the David Coulthard helmet on still. Ben in second. Jokas on mediums. So the top three all on different tyres. Pat is on the hards in his Audi, and Lynchimus is on the hards too. So Lynchimus there in last place as it stands. So Bunny's leading into the first Mulsanne for the second lap. Medium tyres working. Ajax on the Audi, trying to get it together. Branners has got the attention of everyone. So third place, look at this battle. We've got third, fourth, fifth, sixth and seventh all in the same picture. Branners is leading from Alpha Capri with Jam and Ragimus Prime side by side going down the Mulsanne. Ragimus will have the slipstream though of Alpha Capri. So Jam's just a little bit stuck in no man's land as they go into the second Mulsanne. They all get through nicely. Great racing here. Rob on drums will be looking at this thinking, yes, all fight ahead of me, because this makes my life a lot easier. As we look in the background, we've got drivers coming out of the first Mulsanne. Bailey, Ben and Jokas. They're pulling away now from Pat. So just a few seconds quicker. They're quite closely matched though. As we go back to the battle for third place. Third, fourth, fifth and sixth and seventh still together as they go down the back straight, more or less, down to the run towards Indianapolis. So Alpha Capri getting a bit of overspeed, having to spread out wide. The same Ragimus Prime, in fact, getting past as they go through the... Oh, and Jam's gone off. What's happened there? Jam has had a slide. What on earth has happened here? On board with the BMW. The sun is setting, so we've got the run on Gasman as the three ahead went side by side, and we go into the corner, and it just went on Jam. Gets it back on the road. That was odd. As we go into Arnage for the second time for these cars. So what is the gap to Bunny's? Oh, the gap is about 8 seconds. So Bunny's has pulled out 8 seconds. Ragimus pulling away now from Branners, Alpha Capri, Gasman. Jam there in seventh. He's got Rob on drums catching him up now after that error into Indianapolis. Mr. Smith as well is catching them too, as Bailey leads the Group 3s. And in the background you can see Ben has got the attention of Jokas. All these cars, we've got a very good mix in the Group 3. Basically everyone, as Jokas runs wide out of Indianapolis, nearly every team is different to the other. We've got two BMWs in the form of Lynchimus and Bailey. Everybody else in different cars. Jam is in the pits then. Hard tyres disappearing for the BMW driver. So he'll go behind the rest of the Group 1 field as we watch this battle of Branners, Gasman and Alpha Capri. The lights starting to blaze on the prototypes. We're on board with Alpha Capri. In the McLaren, he's got the Mazda and the Ford ahead of him. As they go on to Mulsanne once more. He's got a great overspeed, being the third driver. Into fifth place he goes. So the McLaren up to fifth, trying to hunt for that podium. Branners in fourth on the hards. He's got them soft shod Ragimus. You can see the softs though. They are really worn out on the third lap. He's setting purple sectors. Bunny's the fastest driver on track as it stands. Ajax in second place. Bunny's in first, leading for Porsche. Going into the second Mulsanne chicane. It's the first time watching SNL, like, share and subscribe. We are here every Monday to review this Endurance Championship for the season. 5 rounds. It's a brand new championship. I finally pulled my finger out and decided, I'll make something new. Alpha Capri then, 4th place. 5th is Gasman. He might have a look into Mulsanne. He's going to have a look even before they get to the Mulsanne corner. He's got the inside line. He's positioned himself very well for the braking. And he gets himself up into 4th. Alpha Capri in the chat saying, hey up, Jam, hey up, chat. Hey up, Alpha Capri, you've just lost 4th place in that McLaren. He's doing well. He's texting and messaging as we watch this. And driving here at the Circuit de la Sarthe as the sun is setting now. See Rob on drums in the Cadillac with Mr. Smith there in 8th. Jam all alone in the BMW. He's a little bit further ahead of Bailey, who still leads the Group 3 field in his BMW. The orange lights shining. Ben has a nice comfortable gap now to Yokas. The gaps actually in this field. Let's have a look. It's about 3 seconds between Ben and Bailey. And it's about 3 seconds to Yokas too. And Yokas has got about a 6-second gap to Pat. Looks like he's having a good lap, Pat. And Pat's got a 12-second gap to Tom Lynchimus. So, Bunnies coming into the Ford chicane at the end of lap number 3. You can see how dark it suddenly has got as we go into the nighttime running here at Le Mans. Bunnies leads, and he's just about to set the fastest lap of the race, a 3:32. 3:32.2 for Ajax, so he's not far off his brother's pace. As into the pits comes Ragemus and Gasman, but Alpha Capri keeps running. So the soft-tired runners, they're doing the 3-lap stint. Branner's on the hard, he's doing 4 laps. I think that may be the best way to go. Jam did 2 laps on the hards. I think that is way too early. But we'll see. Rob on drums in 5th place. He's on the hards, running well as he heads up to Dunlop. All the lights here at Le Mans. This is grandstands under the bridge and through the S's. Goes the caddy. So in the pits we have Ragemus, we have Gasman, and Mr. Smith also pops in. So they all have been overtaken by Jam. So Jam now on soft tyres. So softs for Jam. Just ahead of Gasman on the hards and Ragemus on the mediums. Mr. Smith is in. Bailey coming through the Porsche curves. Looks like he'll have enough fuel, I think, to do another lap. So these Group 3 cars coming through the Porsches. Yokas running very wide out to karting. Ben then for 2nd place in class through the Ford chicane and the Porsche. As Bailey pits, so Bailey comes in the BMW. Whilst the Porsche keeps going, Yokas also pitting. So the Porsche 404 for the Porsche. In comes Pat. Tom is in too. Lynchmus. So some of the Group 3s are in. But we've got Bunnies leading. His brother keeping him honest as they go through the darkness of the forest. Branner's on his own. He's had a poor lap, a 3:41 on the previous lap. He's got Rob on drums, keeping him close on board with the Cadillac. 2 American brands, Ford versus Cadillac. Let's see, on board with Rob on drums. The man this championship is really designed for. If you want anybody, as Rob on drums passes past Branners. So the Cadillac goes past the Ford and into Indianapolis. Rob on drums, the master of strategy. He's doing it once more, it seems. He's running well, running quietly on his own. He's got himself up into 4th place because he's ahead of Branners, both on hard tyres as well. Jam in 6th place, kicking the gravel up out of Indianapolis. That's where we saw him crash before. Gasman in 7th place. Ragemus in 8th. They've just come out of the pits. Mr. Smith on the hard tyres as well. The front of the field, Bunny's going through Dunlop. He's just set another fastest lap, 31.7. It's basically matched by Ajax though. These two are setting similar lap times. So the brothers, they might as well be twins. They're not, but they might as well be with the times that they're setting. It's Porsche versus Audi. Oh, two German marks. Two of the most successful marks in Le Mans history, facing each other once more around the circuit. The clouds are completely clear. You can see the stars go on board with the Audi. It's off because I saw the Peugeot badge on the inside of the car. It is branded as an Audi. You can see some of the stars in the sky. There we go. So Ajax there in 2nd place. As we go back to the Group 3s, Ben is really low on fuel. How far away is he from the pits? He's got the Porsche curves to go, so he will get to the pits just about. He's going to have very little fuel left. Jokas has jumped Bailey though in the pit stops. So Jokas, he didn't change his tyres, so he's fully on mediums. He hasn't changed them. Bailey did. So Bailey on those mediums now is a fresher. Pat also on mediums. So Pat running the mediums. So Ben, here he comes into the pits. Goes the Porsche. He is completely out of fuel. How much fuel does he have left? He's got 5%, it says. So Lynchmus coming into the Porsche curve for the 4th time. See where the Group 1 leaders are. So Buddies is coming to Indianapolis. So they're not far away from lapping the cars that have pitted, but they need to stop themselves. You can see the fuel lights are low. It looks like Ajax has had a better lap than Bunny's here. The gap looks visibly smaller as the lights blaze. Well, they blur the camera, I suppose. Blaze through the night sky. Alpha Capri has not stopped. He's got more fuel than the two ahead of him, as does Rob on drums. Rob on drums having a nice quarter of a tank left. He's getting the rhythm. Really showing in endurance racing, it's about rhythm sometimes rather than doing the full race flat out. Jam there in 6th place on the softs. Into Indianapolis once more as Bunnies comes into the pits then. That's the lap times. Gasman falling back, it seems, from Jam, with Ragemus behind him, keeping him honest. Mr. Smith on his own. So Ben out of the pits in the lead then. He has not changed tyres. He has kept the hards on. So he keeps his hard tyres on. Jokas on the mediums. He didn't change tyres, but Bailey did. So a lot of different strategies happening in Group 3. The gap between Jokas and Bailey, about 2 seconds. And up ahead you can see the group leader of Ben. But in the front of the race we have a Cadillac leading. The The red light on the side shows that Rob on drums has taken the lead in the caddy. He's into the pits. Come the other drivers. Gran Turismo. He is not stopping. He's going longer, but Bunny's is out of the pits now on medium tyres once more. So Bunny's back on a set of mediums. Ajax is on a set of hards. Gasman on hard tyres has moved up to 5th now. Ragemus into 6th. Alpha Capri 7th as Jam is in the pits in the BMW. So different tactics going on here. Mr. Smith, will he overtake? The BMW should do. The BMW getting refilled with fuel. So Ben going down into Mulsanne corner. Rob on drums will look ahead, and there are lights ahead. Rob on drums is not far away from lapping Tom. Tom going into second Mulsanne as Rob on drums starts to catch him up. So you can see the red lights of the BMW ahead. We're going to see a multi-class racing difficulty. It's maybe not as difficult here at Le Mans. Massive straights, obviously very wide. But we're going to some circuits where the traffic will become a factor. Spa next week definitely will have the factor of traffic. Blue flags waving for Lynchimus, but Lynchimus knows he just stays on the racing line. It is up to the faster cars to overtake him. Let's go on board with the BMW. We sit there, we can see the lights blazing in that wing mirror. Flash of the lights from Rob just to warn, and there he goes past. The difference in speed, 165, 104. He got into the braking zone. Indianapolis did, Rob. So we didn't see the full speed difference, but so 30 miles an hour difference between the Group 3s and the top cars. As Branners, he's got Bunny's catching him. Branners going quickly though. Branners saving fuel well, but he's getting the move on from Bunny's. So Rob on drums, moving himself up the field. And Branners second place. He's got Bunny's all over him. Lynchimus in the gravel actually. Going forward. Oh, a little scrape of the wall by Bunny's through the Porsche curves. Porsche chasing down the Ford, and it gets past. No contest out of karting, as in fact he's run out of fuel. The Ford has run out of fuel. He's pushed it too far. Ajax on the hard tyres. It's been caught up by Gasman. Gasman on hard rubber himself, but he's got the Audi in front of him. 34.0 from Gasman. A great lap then. So the Audi has got lots of pressure. As, oh, a little touch in fact into Dunlop. Gasman having to pull back away. Braking not as good as the Formula X cars as we've seen before in SNL. So the Cadillac is in the pits, as is the Ford. Mr. Smith is ahead of Jam. Ben leads the field in Group 3 with Yokas still ahead of Bailey, but Bailey catching up on the last lap by a second. So he is closing the gap to Yokas. Those medium tyres are worn on Yokas's car. Pat is catching them both up. Pat really catching them up. A 4.06 compared to a 4.11 for the drivers ahead. So Pat is on the pace, trying to get himself in the Audi ahead of the cars in second and third in class. So Bailey in 12th place overall, catching Yokas, but it's second and third in the class. So the southern accent popped out for a second there. Pop it back in again. There we go. Go back in there. Nobody wants to hear the class. Yokas in 11th place, second in class though. Yokas, Bailey, and Pat. Pat is the driver with the speed right now in this field. The front of the field, it's Bunnies, and Bunnies actually is not far away from the fight for second in Group 3. They're going down towards Indianapolis, and Bunnies has just come out of the Mulsanne corner. So they're on the same straightish bit of road. It's the bendiest straight you'll ever see, other than the Monaco pit straight. As Bailey runs wide in Indianapolis, that will not help him, as Pat will be closer and closer on board with Pat. Driver's view. To Arnage. The curve taken. Three. How far is the gap to Ben? It's about 11 seconds. So Ben has an 11-second lead. His hard tyres are pretty worn out though, as he slides through the Porsche curves. Let's have a look and see what is happening. So Ajax has lost a lot of time. He's got Alpha Capri in fourth. Ragimus in third, Gasman in second, so they've really lost time. Ajax has lost a lot to Gasman. Gasman now, he's on fumes as he goes through the Porsche curve, getting very close to that wall on the exit. So the Mazda will be coming in on lap number 7. Ragimus won't be, Alpha Capri won't be, and neither will Ajax. Rob on drums has just filled up too. Gasman on a different strategy then to those he's racing, but in fact Ragimus decides to match him. So Ragimus, despite having more fuel, 12% more fuel, goes into the pits with Gasman. Maybe he's trying to do a jump in the pit stops, thinking that might be the better place to do it. Let's have a look. Bailey has got past. Yokas is in the pits. That is why Yokas has pitted. Those medium tyres have finished off. So in he comes. So Bailey. Where is Bunnies? Bunnies is past. So Bunnies going past the class leader in Group 3. So it's got past Ben with no issues. Let's go on board with the McLaren of Alpha Capri. Oh, he runs wide just as we join him. So Alpha Capri up into second place, but he's got Ajax chasing him. Ajax 54.0 on the last lap. That is 22 seconds slower than his best. Maybe lost 20 seconds. There must have been an issue. Because he was fighting with Gasman. We saw it as they were going through Dunlop, and then we joined him back. He was down in 6th place. Behind a multitude of drivers. Ragimus has got himself ahead of Gasman. And he's just passed Mr. Smith as well. So he's not changed his tyres, I don't think. Tyres are still on. Mr. Smith, he's got the attention of Branners on board with the Ford. Mr. Smith sliding around in his Toyota. The sun is starting to rise as we see Ragimus going past Yokas. And oh, Mr. Smith and Branners fighting each other side by side into the Mulsanne corner. Branners cannot get the move done though. He's stuck behind Mr. Smith. Alpha Capri in the chat saying great racing as usual, guys. It really is. We're seeing all sorts of racing happening here in SNL. Bailey is just keeping himself ahead of Pat. Yokas at the moment, he's in the mix with everybody else. Branners though, what can he do? Into the Moorsound corner, he's clipped, I think, one of the cones on the inside. Judging by the movement of the car, there's Mr. Smith in 6th place, Regimus 5th, Rob on drums in the Cadillac in 4th, having his own race, and is very happy about it. Ajax. Oh, Bailey's gone off! Bailey's gone off into the Porsche curves. What happened here? Has he just got onto the marbles? He's very wide. Yep, he's got into the marbles and it's dragged him off. Some would say pulled him off. Oh, misses. But I wouldn't. Definitely wouldn't say he got pulled off there. Ajax there in 3rd as we go on board. This is the difference. There it is. We'll watch that again, I think, in Pat view. Just to show. Oh, Branners has got past Mr. Smith, though. Was that coming out of Arnage? So the Ford versus the Toyota. He got the run going into the Porsche curves, and he's got himself up into 6th place. Great battling here in the top class. This Toyota is needing to stop. Gasman in the Mazda. He's got intermediate tyres on. Well, that's a move. That's a well, it's not raining at all. We might have to pop down to Ted in the pits to find out why that happened. Ted, can you find out why Gasman's pitted for Inters? Go to the Mazda garage. As Pat comes in, does Pat put Inters on? Bailey in the pits too. It's very busy. I've just been told it's not Ted in the pits, it's Nick. Nick, can you tell us in the pits with our pit lane report? Nick is telling us that there was rain on the radar, and it was quite substantial, but there's nothing on circuits. So Gasman came in for Inters. He was due a pit stop. He's gone for the Inters, and it's gone wrong. Let's go on board with Ben just as he's about to be overtaken by an Audi on his right-hand side. There he goes. Nice and calm on this Mulsanne straight. I'm sure when we get to Spa, it will not be as calm as Gasman is out of the pits. Nick has told us that he's on mediums, and there was a bit of tyre bashing as they took those Inters off the Mazda. He's filled up with fuel though, so he'll be hoping to get to the end. Possibly. It's a long way to go though. 6 laps on a tank, I don't think is possible. So Jam is ahead of him. Regimus now catching up with Branners. Regimus has got the Ford in his sights. Started in 3rd. Dropped down a little bit since the start of the race, but it's all the shuffle. Different strategies. There is the king of strategy, Rob on drums. Is it now that I mentioned that he was the first champion in SNL? Winner of Season 1 Porsche Cup? I think it is. Said it now. Currently leading in the Porsche is Ben. In Group 3, the gap between him and Yokas, oh my word, the gap between him and Yokas is a minute. But Yokas has stopped one more time more than Ben. So there's a huge gap. Pat is out as well. The lights turn off on Pat's car. Bailey's got a car coming up behind him. It is Gasman. Gasman's likes to turn off as well. So this is the battle for third in the Group 3 class. Gasman gets past. So Pat is now in his sights. What's the gap between Pat and Yokas? It's not massive. It's maybe a few seconds. Alpha Capri then, the McLaren driver, into the pits. Ajax then moves back into second place. I haven't seen the race leader for a while. There is Bunnies. So 31.0 for him, 31.7, and 33.5. So 3.35 on lap number 9. Quite happily moving along. 37s for Ajax. Rob on drums has got Branners. The battle of the American brands. Ford with the Ford. Oh, Rob on drums losing it a little bit into Dunlop. Great racing though. As the sun has risen here at Le Mans, we've gone through the darkness. We've got 6 laps of racing left in the top class. Rob on drums feeling the pressure. He runs out wide. And Branners just goes by. There's no grip out there. Branners third place in the Ford. Rob on drums in fourth now. Still half a tank of fuel left, so looking quite healthy. Ragimus as well. His medium tyres look okay, considering they've done a longer stint. Jam in the 6th place. He's got Alpha Capri on softs chasing him down. So the McLaren, after its pit stop, coming out behind the BMW. Will he be able to get past Gasman in 8th place after the intermediate tyre snafu? Mr. Smith nearly losing it in front of Yokas, who's currently 2nd in the Group 3 category. Being led by Ben. Ben has now done his pit stop. Is coming towards the first Mulsanne chicane. So double stinted the hards. He's now on the mediums. Gas behind. He comes out the chicane, so there is not a massive gap actually between the two, so it is close. Front of the field, Bunnies in the Porsche will pit. His brother is coming towards the Porsche curves. So Bunnies is in. Branners at 32s now. In comes the Porsche. Bit of wheel spin. One into the air. And the fuel goes in. So Ajax will retake the lead in this race. So Audi leading at Le Mans. As the sun has risen, that is the point. You need to be in the lead. I say that, but actually Bunnies is short-fueled and has come out ahead. He's on softs, that's why. So the soft tyres, we've seen them break up, cut up on other drivers, and that's what Bunnies has decided to do, is short stinting. Ajax on the hard tyres. He's in the 37s very consistently in those 37s. Gran Turismo in third as Alpha Capri. Was that because Jam pitted? Jam in the pit, so yes, possibly. So Alpha Capri in 6th place. To Gasman on 8th. A little bit sketchy with the connection it sounded with the way the car was moving. Drivers coming through. Ben has been lapped. So Ben is on lap number 9. Mr. Smith is on lap number 10. You can see the movement in the Porsche as it goes through the curves, through karting. It's very wide out of karting. Yorkas in 11th. Also just disregarding. And Pat also. Oh my word. Oh, Bailey going slowly. He's gone off again. He's just run into the marbles. That Porsche curve is becoming his arch enemy here today. It's so easily done though. You're just slightly offline and it just pulls you off. Bunny's then ahead of Ajax. You can see the top two then. It is not a massive gap. We have just got under 5 laps to go. 4.5 here at Le Mans, but Ajax needs to stop at the end of this lap. Branners will be stopping at the end of this lap as well, I suspect, in his Ford. He's got Rob on drums and Ragemus all in sight. Oh my word, Ragemus' tyres. They are looking worse for wear. Rob on drums on his mediums. The number 42. He's got Ford ahead of him, and in the mirror, top right of your screen, you can see the Peugeot. The sun starts to blaze here at the Circuit de la Sarthe. Like, share and subscribe. It is really bright. Glorious day in France. Pat in the chat. What's Pat say? Only got that last corner of the Porsche curves that wrong a couple of times. Okay, so that's Pat informing us of his race. Ragemus in 5th. Alpha Capri also not far away, so it is close all through the field. Bunnies is leading, but Bunnies hasn't done a hard stop yet, so Bunnies does have to stop once more. Ajax is doing a stop. Let's have a look through here. So Ben leads in Group 3. He is 14 seconds ahead of Pat in the Audi, who is about 20 seconds ahead of Bailey. So those couple of mistakes through the Porsche curves have proved a bit costly. Ajax has dropped down as we see the Audi getting filled up now to get itself away. 85% of the fuel in. Overdrivers are in though. Branners is in. Rob on drums is in. And Ragemus is in as well. So 3 cars in the pits. As Gasman comes past in the Mazda, will he be able to jump any of them? As he sets his best time of 3:32. He does, he gets past them all. They're all out of the pits. Coming through. Jam not close enough in the BMW. Frustrating time for the BMW driver. Soft tyres for Rob on drums. So he's used all of the tyres. Softs as well. Oh, Branners looks like he's in a very odd position. Coming out of Dunlop. Yes, he was. He got a massive slide. Coming out of the corner, that means he's vulnerable to Ragemus. Ragemus on the hard tyre now. So these drivers all incredibly close. Jam in 8th place. Mr. Smith there in 9th. Ben is close to a pit stop. Pat is a little bit closer, but he won't be pitting yet. Neither will Bailey. Yokas has made his stop. He's on the hard tyres now. And Lynchmus on the mediums. So 4:11 for Lynchmus. So he's made a few errors on the circuit, judging by the lap times. So Bunny's leading the race on soft tyres. He has got a gap of 44 seconds to Alpha Capri. Alpha Capri did 3:33.4. Ajax not a long way away from Alpha Capri. So maybe a 50-second gap between Bunnies and Ajax. Gasman in 4th. He has got Rob on drums behind him. And Rob has got Branners still there. So Bunny's coming into the pits now. The race leader is in. Hasn't quite arrived yet. Time. Let's go back to the action towards Indianapolis on lap number 12. Branners has his sights locked onto the Cadillac. We've seen these two having a fight earlier in the race. It's back on. We approach the Porsche curves. Has Ajax gone past? He has, because, oh my word, karting has took a victim. Alpha Capri in the McLaren has lost second place. He's just clipped the curb on the inside. You saw the car unsettle, and he's walloped the wall. It's surprising you don't see that as often as you used to in real life. I think they've dropped the curb more in real life. Ajax then takes from the stricken McLaren. The McLaren then running into the pits. Those soft tyres have screamed enough. He maybe wanted to do an extra lap, but he's thinking, no, we'll do the pit stop now. Gasman, 4th place. Can he get past Alpha Capri? Oh my word. Gasman running very wide out of karting. There's Branners and Rob on drums and Ragemus not as wide. Jam all alone in the BMW. There's Ben all alone in the Porsche. The gap between him and Pat is 17 seconds now. So Ragemus jumps up. Gasman is in the pits, so Gasman won't overtake. So Rob on drums in 4th, Ragemus in 5th. Then is the battle as Branners runs away, trying to get through. So Gasman actually still in the pits, so Jam overtakes him. Jam's lap times don't look particularly quick. Alpha Capri saying podium out the window with that crash. It's such an annoying crash to have. They always are, but when it just is a wheel just on the inside, just dropping that curb and just bottoming out the car, you're helpless when that happens. Smith sliding through Dunlop. So Ben, 10th place, but first in Group 3. Hasn't run the soft tyres yet. Pat coming towards the end. Oh, the Audi. He nearly did what Alpha Capri did in the McLaren Group 1 car. It wobbled as he goes into the pit. Soft tyres look to be the option then. Bailey will be coming in here as well. He's on the hards. So Yokas. Lynchmus gets lapped by Rob on drums and Ragimus Prime. So they still are battling. Ragimus on the hards, but might not be fuel saving like Rob. Rob has managed to do 5 laps. It looks like that is his tactic. So he's saved a pit stop on Ragemus, but Ragemus is able to use the full extent of the engine behind him. Oh, as Rob goes wide. Oh, Rob. Indianapolis claims another victim. That gravel trap. Just wants to have you. Alpha Capri, 6th place. Jam in 7th. Gasman behind. Front of the field. That is the gap between the race leader. 12 seconds between Bunnies and Ajax. Into the penultimate lap they go. Runners in 3rd place. It looks like it could be a debut podium for the Ford driver. 3 lights shining on the side of his car. He's been chased down by Ragimus. 36.6. Branners was quicker. Ben happily leading. We'll be going on to the soft tyres in this race. Yokas, he's got the hards. He's got Pat just behind him. Pat has pitted. Pat's put the softs on. So Pat has run through the 3 allocations. So has Bailey as well. Bailey running there. Lynchmus as well, getting himself onto the softs. So we can see Bunnies. Going round the outside of the Audi. Caught this traffic in a nice place actually, because he's got Pat on the entrance into the Mulsanne corner. He'll get Yokas down the straight. There he goes. As Gasman's got past Jam. 188, 181. So Gasman running a lot faster than Jam in the straights. Jam must be fuel saving with that amount of speed loss. 38s for Jam compared to 32 for Gasman. So not much Jam could do with that. Wrong tactic. Not just saying he slowed down a bit to make sure he got the corner with Bunnies. It's good driving, not slowing himself down too much, not slowing down the fastest car as well. As you can see in the background, that now has become a battle. Yokas versus Pat on board with the Audi through the Porsche curves. The Jaguar looking slow, but in our mirrors there is Ajax in the Audi. And there's nothing that can be done between this, because this is the battle for second place in Group 3. They're side by side through karting as Pat runs wide. Pat runs very wide. He's still off the track, trying to keep out of the way. And does he let Jokas past? He doesn't. And Jokas then pits. Ooh. So, let's have a look at this on board then with Ajax, because he was the driver behind all of this chaos on board with Ajax, so he can't go anywhere. The frustration of being in a Group 1 car when you've got two fighting. Well, there's a bit of contact between the two. So, Pat tried to slow down as they went to the pits, but then Jokas pitted. So Ajax, he's been held up massively there by the fighting Group 3 cars. That is going to be a massive factor as we go to circuits such as Spa. I mean, deep forest, can you imagine that circuit with the traffic? That could be very, very intense. We go into the final lap then. Bunnies is leading in the Group 1 category. He is 14 seconds ahead of Ajax in the Audi, who is ahead of Branners. Branners has got third place. Has he got it secure? It looks pretty secure. As he exits the Ford chicane, Regimus enters it. But Rob on drums is very close, as is Alpha Capri. And I tell you what, the racing, despite the different tactics being used, has been very close. Alpha Capri looking to make a move on Rob as they go to Dunlop. It'll be very, very hard to make a move in these cars into Dunlop. Don't have the best turning circle in the world. No, Roland Drups holds position then to Alpha Capri. Gasman in 7th place, 32.3. Jammed at 30.4, a 3.41. It's all gone a little bit wrong for the BMW driver. Ben is on the soft tyres, so he makes sure he does not run foul of any sort of problems. He's on the last lap as well in his Peugeot. In his Porsche. He's got quite a nice gap actually to Pat now as well. This baby is being lapped by Branners. Jokas is also out of the pits on soft tyres, so Jokas dropping down to 4th place in Group 3. It's been competitive though. And Lynchmus there in 14th place. That will get him some good points for round number 1. But Buddies, there's not much left in that tank for this Peugeot powered Porsche. So the Porsche goes through. Arnage for the last time has got about a 15-16 second lead over the Audi. It has been close. I think the racing here in SNL once more. Oh my word, that was a kick from the back of the Porsche through the Porsche curves. The racing has been very close. The tactics have been fascinating. Very different uses of the ordering of tyres. But Bunnies is coming through the Ford chicane. It's a familiar sight here in SNL once more. Bunnies wins here in the Endurance Championship for the first time. He wins. Fantastic drive from him. Ajax is going to finish in 2nd place. He made a mistake. We didn't see it on screen. I wonder if it wasn't for that mistake, was that the win for Ajax? Branners is a little bit further behind. Where is our race? There he is. Let's watch Ben come through the Ford Chicane. He takes the win in Group 3. A very dominant display from him. Speed Hunter will be around though for the next race, as will Poolshark. We've seen they are quick. Speed Hunter is a former champion in GTE. So Speed Hunter is two-time champion in that category. Branners is going to finish his first SNL race on the podium. Oh, clips the Ford Chicane very hard, but he takes third place. Congratulations to Branners, well done on that result. Regimus was not far behind though in the Peugeot. Neither was Alpha Capri, who's got Rob on drums on that final lap. Rob on drums unable to do much more than that. Oh, in the background we can see a crash. Pass has finished second. Bailey spun it out of the Ford Chicane. He's okay though. He's managed to get himself in 12th place. Yokas will finish in 13th. Gasman in 7th. Jam in 8th. So Bailey finishes third in Group 3. Yokas in 4th place. He crosses the line. So Pat finishes on 2nd place. As we then watch Lynchimus and Mr. Smith going through the Porsche curves. Mr. Smith trying to get past. Mr. Smith getting by. They go towards the line. Into the Ford Chicane for the final time. So Mr. Smith finishing in 9th place. He doesn't get any points for that, but he does get a 9th place finish to his positions. So there he goes, and Lynchimus finishes in 14th place and 5th place in class. Just needs to put white on his windscreen. Okay, so first place for Bunnies in Group 1. He won that by about 17 seconds, and we saw Ajax in 2nd place making a mistake in that Audi, possibly costing himself the victory. 3rd place, Branners in the Ford. It's very tight throughout the field here in Group 1. Branners taking his debut podium. He was closely chased by Regimus in the Peugeot though. Very competitive showing from the Peugeot driver. Alpha Capri, we saw him crash out of karting. That could have been his podium chance as well. 5th place for Alpha Capri. 6th place, Rob on drums. A very different tactic, but nearly got himself onto the podium today. Gasman went very different with his tactics. He went for intermediate tyres, as rain was on the radar, but it just never showed itself on the surface of the circuit. Jam in 8th place in the BMW. Just a slow race for him. 9th place is Mr. Smith in the Toyota. 1st place though in Group 3 was Ben. Congratulations to him. First victory in this new category. 2nd place, a returning Pat, a podium for him. He'll be very happy with that. Bailey, 3rd place as well, podium for him. So that is some healthy points towards the championship. Yokas in 4th place in Group 3, and in 5th place in Group 3 was Lynchimus. We are here next week for Spa at the 24 hours. So once more, the darkness will descend here at SNL. Join us there next week. Like, share and subscribe. Put a comment in the chat. Do you like this new championship? Do you find it interesting? It's a different type of racing compared to what we've had before. A bit closer to the GTEs in a way, I suppose. But like, share, subscribe. Join us next week here at the Sunday Night League. Thank you.